So it is Apple iPhone 15 launch day in London, and here we're going to the Apple store on Regent Street where I have a reservation. There weren't a lot of people when I arrived, just a small number. So I joined the line, showed them my QR code and waited probably 10 minutes max to get inside the store. It was fairly busy. I mean, there were a lot of people looking at the phones. The press had recently been here, so I walked around, got to play with all of the phones, had a look at all the different colors and sizes, just to double check that the combination I bought for myself was the correct one. The titanium wasn't as impressive as most people online seem to be saying it is. Here are the colors right now, and yep, confirmed, black is the one for me. So I went to collect my purchase, which was very quick and very straightforward. Got my phone, got my case, and that was pretty much it. I have 14 days to return it if I don't like it. I probably won't. Right, so I spent a long time at the Apple store, lol, and I think I chose the best possible combination for the iPhone 15 Pro, and they are iPhone 15 Pro in black and iPhone 15 Pro FineWoven case also in black. Now I'm going to open the FineWoven case first because I think this one is the most controversial. So how do we get into this? Yeah, there isn't like a pull tab or anything. Ah, there we are. And there is the black FineWoven case. Now, there are a lot of videos on YouTube right now saying how terrible this case is. So my impressions are actually, first of all, the feel of it. That feels a lot like suede to me. It's a very nice feel, and I find that feels quite luxurious. So I don't mind the feel of that at all. Now let's pop it out. The edges are also of fine woven material, like it has a little bit of a plasticky texture to it, so it looks different. First thing I have to say is these look a lot better in person than they look in anyone's YouTube videos or photographs or anything, even on Apple's website. I don't think it really does this case justice. The one thing I have to say about the black case is that the back, it isn't completely black. It's more like a very, very dark gray. Now, on some people's videos, you can probably see a little bit of blue, but I can't see any blue in this. It's just a very, very dark gray. What do I have black around here? There we are. So this is my Peak Design clutch, I think it's called, and that's black. So you can compare, I don't know if you can see it, you probably can't, but you can definitely see that the black of the Peak Design strap is much blacker than the black of the case. This is more like a gray. And actually, now that I have them side by side, I do see a little bit of blue in the black case, but you know, it's not really that much. If you look at the edges, these look a lot more like what black is supposed to look like. Also the buttons are definitely 100% black, no questions asked about that. Now, about what I thought about it in the shop, so I got to play with a bunch of cases. In fact, the Apple Store is really cool. They have this like section where you can just like mix and match cases and phones and so on, and you can pick the exact color combination that you want, and I had a ball with that. And I ended up on this combination I'm putting up on screen now. So it's a black iPhone 15 Pro and the black FineWoven case and the actual grey, taupe, I think they call it. It's a brown wallet. Now, I'm probably never going to buy that wallet, but I find that combination looked amazing. So, as I said, the quality of this is quite nice. In the Apple Store, I did like, touch it. I did like scratch it a little bit with my nail, but I wasn't going to destroy the cases, obviously. But they didn't really pick up as many scratches as people give you the impression that they do. I mean, a lot of people have already seen those cases this morning, and quite a few of them would have probably tried to scratch them. and I couldn't really see any major damage. To be honest, this feels just about as durable as any other case. Whatever case you have, be it leather or fabric or silicone, if you try to destroy it, you will destroy it. You know, this is just gonna be as durable, or maybe even a bit more durable than any other case you can buy, actually, even though I had my doubts going into it and paying so much money for this. But you know, I find this actually feels really nice. And if you watch any of my videos before, you know, I could be really picky about the quality of things that I buy, especially if I pay a lot of money for it. And I have to say, I'm actually happy with this. You know, it feels really strong. It feels rigid in the parts that are meant to be rigid. You know, there's a good combination of the the Swedish FineWoven here and the coated FineWoven here. And then there's a bit of like coated FineWoven around the camera as well. So I think if you just take care of this, you know, take as much care of this as any other case that you have, and it's gonna be just fine, and it's gonna last. So long as you don't start attacking it with keys and, you know, knives and all these things. I think it looks really good. And you know, whether it's worth the price or not, I don't know. But here's the thing about the price, right? This phone is already really expensive, right? You don't need to pay so much money for a phone. You can get a phone for much cheaper. You buy it because, you know, it's built nice, it looks good, it runs properly. It's a lot of money for this phone. The phone and the case, they go together, right? There's no point paying so much money for an expensive phone like this and then buying some cheap case. That doesn't make any sense. Look, I've bought this phone and I've bought this case, and I don't plan to buy another case for the lifetime of this phone, right? I don't care how bad this looks. That's how Apple designed it. That's how Apple intended it to be. That's how I'm going to have it. I'm not buying another case for this phone. It doesn't matter how bad this looks. And that is kind of like my justification for the price of the case. You're getting a first party case. You're getting all the MagSafe stuff. You're getting all the NFC chip that, you know, gives you the nice glow when you put the case on. And it's all part of the experience, and it's all part of what you're paying for. I mean, honestly, why not? You're not going to buy this phone and then go and get some cheap, you know, £10, £15, £20 case on Amazon or eBay, because it's just going to devalue the whole thing. Like, why did you even bother then? I hope you understand what I'm saying, that even though these are expensive, I think it's the best way to go. Now, let me be clear. I'm not writing Apple a blank check. I'm not saying go and buy whatever Apple sells for no matter how much money. If I didn't feel this case was worth it, I wouldn't have bought it. But it does have a lot going for it. It does feel really nice. I think it's actually quite durable. You have the metal buttons, which make a huge difference to the actual day-to-day use of a case. Obviously, all the cutouts are super accurate because it's a first party. It feels good in the hand. I would say if you're thinking about getting this case for your iPhone, just go ahead and get it. And if you are thinking about getting the wallet, like, I don't really see the point of that, but if you were, I think those will look really good as well. Yeah, that's all I have to say about the case. Let's go ahead and pop open this iPhone. Looks nice. Smell test. Doesn't smell special. Smells a bit like cardboard, that's all. So what do we have here? We have the iPhone 15 Pro in black, 256GB, black titanium. Probably should have checked that in the store, but hey, you know, I kind of trust them at this point that they're going to give me the right phone. Picture on the front. I am disappointed the boxes aren't black anymore. I think the Pros looked really good in a black box. Like, it kind of like added that luxurious factor, kind of differentiated a bit more from the usual iPhone. I wish this came in a black box, but it is what it is. Let's go. Right. Pull tab 1, pull tab 2, and here we go. Oh wow. Okay. All right, so I know I spent a long time in the store looking at these phones already, but perhaps, you know, just seeing a brand new one that hasn't been touched, zero fingerprints, you know, no grease from the people in the shop, I am so happy that I went with this color. I think the black is the best color. No, look, a lot of people on YouTube have been getting the blue and the titanium, natural titaniums, and okay, fine. So that's the latest color, right? That's why they've sent these colors to all the reviewers. Very few people have actually reviewed the black one, and granted, it looks a lot like the iPhone 14 Pro, except now you have the matte colored rails instead of the glossy stainless steel ones, and that's probably the only difference. So maybe that's why no one's really been unboxing the black one. But I mean, I've seen all of them in store, I've played them, and to me, black is really the best color. Now, I just want to talk about these titanium rails. I haven't heard anyone mention how grippy this feels. Like, this is not slippery. This is not slippery in the hand at all. The very, very fine micro grooves, micro holes, whatever it is, the brushiness of it, it really grips. And I don't feel like I'm going to be dropping this at all. Actually, that's really grippy. And I think that's a big difference between the 15 Pro and the 14 Pro, just how much more grippy it feels. So buttons on the side feel nice and clicky. I don't want to turn it on by accident because I'm obviously going to put my SIM card and everything in it first. This looks so good. Now, I watched a video this morning about the durability of these phones, and this dude like went to Australia to get the phone really early and just drop test it, and he compared the 15 Pro against the 14 Pro, and the 14 Pro actually did a lot better. I have to say I'm not a fan of the rounded corners on this phone, because you're going to put it in a case anyway, right? Literally no one, okay, maybe 10% of people are going to be walking around with their iPhones like this, right? So really, the rounding on the corners it doesn't really matter to anyone. Everyone puts it in a case, but apparently it matters a lot to the drop durability of this phone, because the titanium does not protect the glass as well as the stainless steel does. And now I'm going to contradict myself, because as I said, everyone puts it in a case, so it's not going to matter anyway. So right, let's get this peel off. Ah, lovely. And there's my nice new iPhone 15 Pro. Now let's slap that in that case. Black phone, black case. In we go. It's a little bit tight to get in at first. Let's see if I can just... there we go. Oh, it's turned on. So while that turns on, look at that, look how good that looks. You've got like the matte black of the FineWoven, and then you have the glossy like camera cutout, and that, I think that contrasts really nicely. And then you have like the rings on the camera as well, are kind of like a titanium black. It probably are made of the same material that the rail is out of. And that just looks so good. That is amazing. Wow. And as it turns on, yeah, I'm really 100% sure now that I picked the right color combination. So yeah, pleased with that. What about this stuff? Well, the usual books and stuff. I think there's a sticker in there. The cable. Initially, I was kind of annoyed that they only gave us a USB 2 cable in the box, seeing as the iPhone itself is capable of USB 3 PEDs. But actually, I was checking my cables this morning, and all of the cables I've ever got with any phone has been USB 2 as well. So can't really knock Apple for that. But anyway, this video is about this phone and this color combination, and I'm really happy with it. This is really good. I think that's it for now. I'm gonna spend some time setting my phone up. So thank you for watching. I hope this helped you a little bit making your decision on which colors and so on you were gonna buy. So cheers, bye for now. Enjoy.